So, continuing along the same topic of dating, there was a couple of points that I brought out in the last video. One of the points that I brought out was that there's a certain category of witnesses that aren't viewed as being fit to date, and then they're not supposed to date anyone in the world. So that leaves them in almost an impossible situation unless they just have an extreme level of self control. And the second point that I wanted to bring out in this video is that other religious organizations have the same standard with regards to no sex before marriage, but yet don't have the same problem to the extreme with regards to immorality. Why is that? Well, I have a coworker that's a Mormon, and we had a discussion about their church, and he wanted to know about the Kingdom Hall because we found it interesting that we both go from door to door, but we didn't know very much else about each other's religions. And come to find out that the Mormons have what is called singles congregations. I think they call them branches. But basically what it is a singles congregation. And that's something where people can attend a congregation where there's people around about their same age. They're primarily all single. So if you're interested in dating anyone, that'd be the place to look. And they have all kinds of gatherings and activities, and it sounded like they had a lot of fun there. And I wonder why don't we do the same thing? Because whatever they're doing is obviously somewhat effective, because I think that there might be around 15 million Mormons, and I'm guessing around about 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses. So something that they're doing is working. Something that we're doing is not. And I'm thinking about this conversation that I had with them. Meanwhile, I'm walking to go and get something to eat. And right by where I live is a Catholic church. So they're driving out of the church. I guess church was over. They're all leaving church. And there's two driveways, and both of the driveways are full of cars exiting the church. So I'm just stuck there standing, waiting for all these cars to get by. And as they're leaving, I'm looking in some of these cars, and I'm like, wow, look at all these young adults and, younger people that they have coming out of this church. And then I've also gone by and I've seen that they've had some kind of a carnival outside the church where they have rides set up. And I think they even had a horse and all kinds of things over there. But the point is, there were a lot, and I mean a lot of young people there. And that's just one church. And the amount of young people was probably the equivalent of what we would have at a district assembly. And my thought is, why are they all there at this church and not stuck, out trying to find someone to date outside of their church because there's no one at their church to date? Obviously, they're doing something right as well. And, when you think about the concept that some people have that they can wait until the new system to date, that concept is not really fruitful when you look at the amount of people that end up getting in trouble, getting disfellowship, getting whatever. Then they're stuck because they're in bad standing, and now they can't date anyone in the hall and not supposed to date anyone outside the hall either. That concept of we'll just wait until the new system is just not, it's not working. You don't know when that's coming, number one. And so you don't know how long you're going to be trying to hold out, and you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation doing that. And number two, there seems to be an attitude where if a person doesn't really have anyone to choose from or very many people to choose from, people in the congregation are aware that there may be a brother there may be a sister there that wants to get married, and they can't really find anyone. They're aware of it. They're not totally blind to the fact that that's the case, but I guess people kind of just have the attitude that Jehovah will just fix it. If they keep praying and they keep studying their watchtower and publications, Jehovah will just fix it. And I don't know what exactly that means. If they think Jehovah will just, have a sister walk into the hall and introduce herself to the brother, or vice versa, a brother to the sister, or they feel like Jehovah is just going to take away the human need for, marital relations. I don't know exactly what they think. Jehovah's just going to fix it. He's just going to do something. I don't know what exactly that means, but it's apparently not working. So something needs to be done about that. And that's just my opinion. My opinion is that if something is not broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, then it can't hurt to try something different. And for us to have like a website, or for us to have a place for singles, would be a good thing. I know there's a brother who was known for having people come from out of town to come to gatherings at his house. And of course, I'm thinking that's a good thing. Well, people can actually go somewhere and meet people and fellowship and associate. We're not supposed to associate with worldly people, so there you have your association because his brother's putting it on at his house. And this is a younger brother, I guess mid-20s. And of course, I think the elders frowned upon it. I don't think that they knew of any wrongdoing going on, but they just assumed that there probably would at some point be wrongdoing going on because he was having so many young people coming over from all over, and they were discouraging it. And I don't think they were being logical, because wrongdoing is going on because you don't have things like that where people can meet and find someone that they're on the same wavelength with and date and get married and do things the way it should be done. So you can't have it both ways. You can't be discouraging everything and discouraging everyone from dating unless you're a ministerial servant, or unless you're this, or unless you're that. And then at the same time, want people to not date anyone or marry anyone that's not a witness. And then at the same time, not want anyone to get in trouble with immorality either. So something's got to budge there. And that's just my logic on the situation. And that's ex-Bethelite signing out.